We're headed now to Pasei Books, which is a bookstore and a co-working space. I need to spend a couple hours preparing for tomorrow, and we might need to buy a book or two. All right, here we go. We're checking out this bookstore called Pāsei, which Jihan told me means let's read in Dangguo. I need to prepare, and I wanted to prepare at the library at Prologue, but they're not open today. So Jihan called Pāsei and said, "Are you open?" They said yes. So here we are. It's very cute. I love windows with black frames. Looks like we have to take our shoes off. Here it is. Hello. It's very cute. We are here at Pasei Books and Studio with the owner, Mashan. So I saw your shop several months ago, I think on Google Maps or something. But we just have never made it to your store. So it's really beautiful. It's beautifully designed. I love the black window frames. But I love books. I'm an English teacher. I think everyone needs to read all the time. So just wanted to ask you, how did you start the store? What was your motivation? The story behind starting this store?
So as I grew up, I've always been a reader, and I've been lucky in that aspect.
Good.
And I figured out at a certain point that having books around me kind of helped me develop my own language skills, communicating with people, my own knowledge in different aspects.
Right.
So as I went to college, started working in my professional career, I realized that this was something that was really needed back at home.
Yes.
We needed to build a reading habit, from a very young age.
Yes.
And that's when it kind of hit me that, maybe no one's doing it because of whatever reasons, but that's something that I can do. Maybe.
Right.
So while I was working there, I started collecting books. I was working in Delhi for 10 years.
Okay.
Studying and working there.
What did you do there?
I did my communication design from NIFT.
Okay.
And now, after some time working in studios and publishing houses, I moved to the social sector with this in mind, that I eventually wanted to come back and start something around books.
Good.
So I went into teaching through the Teach for India Fellowship.
Oh.
So I was then in Delhi for 2 years as a teacher.
Which you have a book about downstairs.
Yeah.
I saw that book.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so after that, I moved into another role in the social sector around renewable energy. And then there was a lot of potential for that aspect as well. And that's something that I want to continue with this project. But with that in mind, we realized that we needed a permanent space where people can come to, and not just a pop-up space that happens every now and then.
Yes.
So I kept my career on hold along those lines, and realized this is something that I wanted to do full time.
Yeah.
And now we've been open for a little over a year now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is July 2024.
So we opened in the month of May in 2023.
Okay. So you saw the need, and you're filling the need.
Yes.
Because you realized the importance of books to you.
Yeah.
How books were your teacher, right? Because sometimes, as I've seen here, education is a little bit lacking. I mean, in every country, there's some parts where education's a little bit lacking.
Right.
And when you realize that, hey, I'm not getting enough from school, I need to supplement it. I need to read, right? So I'm the same as you. I was a reader, and I feel like I did super well in school because I read all the time.
Right.
School was never an issue for me, except for chemistry and statistics. Those were super hard.
Ones.
Yeah, but other than that, school was kind of a breeze.
Yeah.
Obviously, God-given talent, right, from when we're born, but also exposure to books.
Right.
So just show us around your store just a little bit.
Right as you enter the gate, we've got this upper floor, which is the bookshop.
Okay.
Before we get into the other books, this is the picture book section.
Okay.
Where, for guests who come with their kids, they just want to sit and just lounge a bit.
Right. Get out of the house.
Yeah.
Relax.
So we've got a little bit here. So this section isn't for sale.
Okay.
But apart from this, everything else, we've got the junior reader section. We've got a lot of fairy tales, different collections, activity books.
Yes, sticker books I saw.
Sticker books. We've got a couple of the popular series.
Yeah, the horrible
histories,
Those are really popular.
So different books for kids.
Okay.
And right here we've got some journals as well.
which readers should be writers,
Definitely.
right?
And then over there, you'll see our non-fiction section.
Okay.
Got different things, politics, religion. We've got books from Tamil writers as well.
And you have the Indian, books about India here.
Yeah.
Actually, like I found a book that we have.
Oh,
How India works.
right.
So India is
Was
a
it
very
helpful?
yes. I haven't finished it yet, but India is a very place that's challenging for me to understand
Right.
as a Westerner. So yes, I have to read about India for sure.
I got that book from Rollo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have classics down here.
Yes, a few classics,
You see us
for
the
biographies, books on sports. For those interested in art and design, we've got some material as well, coloring
Good.
books, we've got special papers, art books as well.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
I just-
We're planning to add to this, from time to time.
Just keep adding books. I just saw this A to Z of Indian cities.
It's a fun book. Just give it a brief overview.
Susan needs another book, Worchihan. Susan needs another book.
You can add that to your pile.
Last one for today. And also I saw this on
Yes.
your Facebook.
So this is one of our favorite writers, Jim Ngormiao. He's a homegrown writer.
Yes.
He's based in Delhi. And yeah, he's come up with his own collection of short stories.
Amazing.
And this is his second book.
This is poems, right?
This is a collection of poems.
I have his. It's called Homecoming.
Homecoming.
I have it. I haven't read it yet, but it's on the list.
Yeah.
This is great and such a beautiful illustration
Yes. And they're a very talented family. His younger brother is the one who drew this.
Oh,
So that's become
really?
the artwork as well.
too.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really smart. Okay, so this is another book on the list. Sorry, babe. I'm gonna spend all of our money on books.
Please do. Yeah. So on this side we've got our fiction section. We also have some books, notebooks as well. So we've got different thrillers.
John
adventures.
Grisham. I love everything John
Uh-huh.
Grisham. I read all his books. I
Right.
saw you have Kate Morton. I read all of her books.
Oh, nice.
You also have the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of books that I know here. And we also picked up a lot of notebooks for tomorrow's training.
Definitely.
37.
37 notebooks for
Our shelves
tomorrow's
are a lot
training.
more lighter now.
Good. Shop small, right? And Ukhrul, it's very easy to shop small. There aren't like many superstores here. So easy to shop small.
We also have this small section here where we try to promote local illustrators, artists. These are cards that are made by an artist. She goes by the name of Spring now. Okay, she's got handmade cards. You can custom order from her as well.
Christmas cards?
A young guy actually came up with this book
Oh,
recently.
don't-
He's in art school in Imphal.
Okay.
And he came up with a small comic based on one of the folk characters here.
Oh.
So he's planning to work on it a little bit more, and we're planning a bigger event as such
Wow.
with a few illustrators.
Okay.
And hopefully in the next month or so,
Wow.
you'll have more news on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. And you also have bookmarks
Yes.
with verses, Bible verses, and Dunkul. That's good. This is great. Okay, so we'll go downstairs and look at the library. Yeah?
Sure,
Okay.
let's do that.
Okay, so tell us about this library.
Yeah, so
space.
this is the working space, the library and the event space that we use. As you can see, we still need a lot of work done. We're planning to put up this entire wall with shelves,
Oh.
and we're going to get more books, more people,
Okay.
more shelves.
Wow.
So right now we've got all of our books on the tables, on some of the shelves that we have there. This section here is books on Tanghuls and Nagas. So we've got different writers. This
is a
book,
famous one.
yeah,
Yes.
Amayim Yaso. So he's the one who's come up with this book. He's the author,
It's beautiful, yeah.
and yeah, that's one of our favorite books as well. We want to curate our collection as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
Give them a lot of good choices.
Exactly. So
Right.
it's also important what you read.
Right.
So
Right.
we want to have as much variety,
Right.
as much good writing as possible.
Exactly. Exactly. Because every book is not good. Right. I would say at least 50% of books are not good. Right. So we do have to be careful what we read. This is a cool door. So tell us about your outdoor space.
Yeah, so when we designed this space, this was just a slope earlier, and then we wanted a space where the indoors and the outdoors are sort of merging together.
Yes, yes.
And we wanted the indoor space to have as much light as possible, which is why
Yes.
all the windows here.
I can see that. That's really good.
It isn't how people who design buildings here because we get a lot of rain, a lot of wind.
Right.
But this is something that I wanted to break away from
Right.
the traditional.
Our
way
brains
of
need
building,
natural light.
right?
That's the best light. For our
And
brains.
this outdoor space, this is still in development. We want it to be an event space where people can just come, sit around, maybe barbecues, outdoor
Ooh.
events, music.
Ooh.
This lower space here would be somewhat of the staging area.
Okay.
And then we've got this amphitheater like seating over here.
So people would sit here.
Yeah, so we want this to be a gallery. And well, eventually, if there's a need, we'd like to expand further.
Yeah.
And then we can make this a larger space.
Do you own this whole thing, or are you renting
Yeah,
this whole
it's
thing?
all it's all a part of this.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if there are investors out there, willing to
Investors
listen. Yeah.
over here. You could do like Shakespeare plays.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For sure.
That would be like the first, probably like first Shakespeare plays in Manipur, in the history of Manipur. Possibly. I'll come. So when we came here, I was like, oh, I hope there are drinks here, right? Because you want to like sit and drink something as you're reading, because I needed to prepare for tomorrow. And so they do actually have like a small kitchen.
This is something that we're working on. We just have a couple of beverages. We've got green teas, coffees.
Okay.
That's something that guests over here can avail of.
Yeah.
But we do want to add a snack counter as well.
Okay.
Little knickknacks that you can munch on.
Okay.
Or with your coffee.
But don't touch the books after you touch the snacks. Like, please wash your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, and we also have different reference books. A lot of people want to prepare for exams. So we realize they do need material for that, and not everyone has access to that. So we want to keep as much possible.
Because those books are really expensive, right?
Yes. So we've got books for the SSC, for NDA, different exams.
Like government
exams. Government exams as
Okay.
well. And because I come from a design background, design resources are something that we're looking to keep that we haven't really been able to so far.
Okay.
And from time to time, we have a lot of up and coming artists and designers in our small town as well.
Yes,
So
of course.
for their resources, we want to keep maybe from time to time Pantone, the colors,
the color book?
the color books. We want to get access to art and architecture magazines and publications.
Yeah.
So if anyone out there wants to connect us or wants to help, we're looking forward to that.
It's a team effort.
Yes.
Right? Especially in this kind of community.
Yeah. The idea behind this space was to have multiple areas that you can make use of. So for bigger events, we use the entire floor.
Okay.
For smaller ones, we use this most secluded space.
Oh,
We get a provision for digital equipment as well. So from time to time, you can see the wire over here.
Yeah.
We recently had a movie screening here.
Wow.
So we use that because we couldn't get the actual screen. That's something that we want to work on. We want to equip this with as much of equipment as possible.
Right.
It could be the audio-visual equipment, projectors.
Could someone rent this space for a private event?
Definitely.
Okay.
So depending on availability, if we have guests that are the regular users of the library are here, then we might have to make some adjustments.
Right.
But otherwise, when it's available, people are welcome to hire this space.
Because this would be like a nice seminar, like have some seminars where people spread out for teachers, or could do some teacher trainings in here. Last but not least, you have lockers.
Yes, so we realize a lot of people, if you're regular users, you might not want to lug your books or your laptops around. So we've got lockers with keys, that you can take with you. You can
Very smart.
just go about your.
So I noticed this earlier. It's called Redrawing India, the Teach for India story. So we have this in the U.S., Teach for America, where teachers teach for 2 years in a lower income school. So he was telling us earlier that you did 2 years with
2
Teach
years
for
in
India.
Delhi, yeah.
What city were you in?
I was in Delhi in a government school in one of the northern districts.
Okay.
So it was
You survived.
I did, and it was really interesting, and it was an experience that really gave me a lot of perspective to education.
Yes.
And working with kids, that was the first time in any professional context that I was in a teaching environment.
It's the best.
So it really helped me in that regard.
Yeah. So this is probably another recommendation in the library. So this trip to this bookstore actually wasn't planned, but we ended up here. We're happy to see it. We're happy to see all the books. We're happy to see what you're doing, and we hope that we can help you in some way. Just even just by putting this on YouTube to show people, hey, reading matters, right? Knowledge matters.
Yes.
And I think especially once you finish school, you have no more teachers. Books are your teachers, right? So this year I'm keeping track of my books on Instagram, the ones that I've read. So yesterday I finished book 42.
Wow.
So it looks like I'm maybe...
Is this for the year?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, I have a lot of time in the village, right? But I love to read.
Right.
And I'm able to still have a library card in the US because we pay out-of-state price, which is not that expensive, right? So I'm on track to maybe maybe 80 books this year, which the number is not important, right? Like, am I growing as a reader? Am I growing as a person because of the books that I'm reading? So we're encouraged by what you're doing. We want to support you. We will be back. And to wrap up, how can people reach you? Where are you located? Those kinds of information, and we'll put the links obviously to your Facebook and to your Instagram in the description of the video.
So our little studio is in one of the quiet corners of Ukhrul. It's actually not too far from the mini secretariat, 5 minutes walk probably.
Oh, that's really close.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's a little out of the way. So the advantage is it's quiet.
Yes.
So it might not be very easy to go to, but we have ample parking space if you're coming by car.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah. And then if you're walking, it's not too far.
Right.
It's right here. And then it's in Hamle Kong, block D. Sorry. So that's where you can find us.
Okay.
We also have our location on Google Maps. So if you type in Pasei Books and Studio, it'll bring you right here.
Okay. Also saw you have a book club, sorry.
Yes.
Is that true?
So with the book clubs, we have one in Delhi.
Okay.
But, we're trying to keep that going.
Good.
And over here, we've got a number of members who've signed up, junior readers, our senior learners. So we do organize some events from time to time. Just last week we had a film screening.
Okay.
So we'll do that more often.
Okay.
And if you want to be on the list where we reach out to people to let them know, you can get in touch with us.
Okay.
We are available on Instagram, Facebook.
Okay.
We've got our number listed as well. So those are channels that you can reach out to us.
Yeah. So come read. What else? What else are you doing? I see people just sitting on their phones all day long, not doing anything. Hey, come and read, come and learn, come and develop yourself so that you can improve your life.
Yeah, and we want the space to be as accessible as possible for people.
Right.
So, kids, they might go to school, but on the way back, maybe you can just sit here, get your homework done.
Right.
You can interact with other learners.
Right.
We've got a lot of young professionals coming in.
Okay.
So we want this to be a space where, people of all generations can mix.
Yes.
People from different backgrounds.
Yes.
Could be, we have designers, we have creatives in different fields. We have people who are working in the government, students.
Right.
So we want this to be a space where people come and interact with each other. We share the knowledge.
Absolutely.
Break down certain walls.
Absolutely.
So
so it's a public gathering space.
Yes.
And Ukhrul doesn't have very many of those.
No, that's something that we really want to change.
Right.
And that's something that we hope will come up more often with the younger generation.
And you're doing the work.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing the work. You're putting your career aside. Right? Maybe temporarily.
This is my career now.
This is your career now, right? You're taking a risk,
Yeah.
but you're doing something to improve people's lives. And I really hope that the people of Ukhrul and then sometimes when the villagers come, that you take advantage of this. This is for you. This is a Dangul person helping other Dangul people. So he is an example for everyone else to follow.
That's so kind, thank you. We're also trying to, aside from what we're doing here, we also have an outreach program in the pipeline where we want to reach out to the local schools with reading programs. If principals or class teachers, English teachers are interested, we'd like to put mini libraries in your own classrooms.
Oh wow!
So we have different book boxes that we can put together.
Wow.
We can have weekly or monthly interaction with the kids.
Okay, that's a great idea.
So that's something that we want to work on. And aside from that, a lot of the local schools, local villages and the schools there, we don't have a lot of reading material.
Right.
So that's something that we want to fill the gap for.
Wow.
So if, in your village, if you feel that, there's a need for books, we're there to help you put a collection together.
Wow.
We can do library seating projects together.
Wow.
So that's
a
something
great idea. So you're not even just thinking Ukhrul, you're thinking outside of Ukhrul.
It's something we want to have a larger network.
Yeah.
We also want to develop a volunteer network.
Ooh.
So people who come back home after maybe working out of the state, or if they are here for the holidays, if it's just for a week or two, they can just go and interact with the young children.
Yes.
I think that'll be a great learning experience for both. So
to see successful people that have lived outside of Manipur, lived outside of Ukhrul, and see what they're doing, and they're back.
Yeah, we need a lot more mentorship.
Yes.
Over here.
Yes.
So for people to look up to role models that they can
Yes.
sort of emulate, or at least strive for.
Yes, especially role models who read.
Yeah.
Role model number one rule: read. Right? If you're a parent, you need to read. How can you expect your kids to read if you are not reading? That's why I'm a reader, because I saw my parents reading all the time. My mom took us to the library all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a lifelong reader, and I'm sure you are too.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it. Good.
Thanks for having
Good
us
job,
visit.
both of you.
Thank you. Thank you
Very,
so much.
very spontaneously, the way we do things in Ukhrul.
Monday morning blues. I open my eyes and I'm greeted by a cute little smile. The world is new with you by my side. Everything is beautiful. Tuesday afternoon, I'm calling you home. Just to hear your voice on the phone, I think of you, and I'm not alone. You are everything under the sky so blue. I found my piece of heaven, spending my days with you. You are my piece of heaven. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, life is a bliss. Waking up with you in my arms, I've got it all, nothing's amiss. Everything is beautiful. Sunday morning snooze with breakfast in bed.